This person says, if a fetus takes a breath and has a heartbeat, it is a baby. Well, first things first. If it's a fetus, then it's a fetus. It's not a baby. There are names for things for reasons. There's a reason why one thing is called a fetus and another is called a baby, because one's a fetus and one's a baby. And the baby is not a fetus and the fetus is not a baby. Having said that, you want to say if it has a heartbeat and breathes. That's your interpretation. What about what most of the people on the conservative right in this country use as justification for all of their antiquated, regressive laws, right? Their religious belief, right? Well, according to the Bible, you're right. It's not until you take a breath that you're a human being. Specifically, Genesis chapter 2, verse 7 states that God breathed life into Adam and he became a living being. That means you're not a person until you're born and take a breath. And that's the way it is. You're not a person until you're born. You're not a baby until you're born. Until you are born of the body that carries you, you are not a baby. You are a fetus. I don't know how you don't see it when you use both terms in one sentence. If a fetus takes a breath, then it has blah, 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 blah. Yeah, if an acorn grows roots and sprouts a trunk, then it becomes a tree. Until then, it's a fucking acorn. If an egg gets hatched, it becomes a chicken or a bird or any other type of animal that is born, created through the use of an egg. I mean, if my grandmother had wheels, she would have been a bike. A lot of ifs there, you know what I mean? If a fetus takes a breath and has a heartbeat, it's a baby. Well, it can't take a breath until it's born. Tom, you don't think that fetuses breathe? Not air inside, and you know it. Stop. Don't be an asshole. A fetus isn't a baby, man. Period. And even if it was, which it isn't, it's not your body. Therefore, it's not your choice. It never has been your choice. It is not currently your choice, and it never fucking will be your choice. And one of the terms, one of the questions that I like to put back on people like you is, when can we begin having the state you live in vote on the medical procedures you can and can't have? But you know something? At the end of the day, that doesn't even work, because even if you agreed to allow whatever state you live in to decide which medical procedures you can and can't have, you still don't get to decide what another person can and can't have. Period.